Lots of improvements and changes have been made to the 3D chocolate printer this weekend. You can see the results of some of those changes as the printer lays down a bead of chocolate following a new round box shape. The glass build plate has been completely discarded as it didn't take the heat away from the chocolate fast enough. Now I've got the steel plate, but you can't print directly onto steel, so there's a thin layer of clear baking acetate above that the chocolate is now printing on. The steel conducts the heat away from the chocolate a lot faster and cools it enough to solidify to build up extra layers. Here's the cooling fan. This has been removed from the printhead where it was tried previously, and I found that the force from the fan was too strong. It blew the chocolate away. Here in white it has its own duct which takes the air from the fan and passes it between the lower and upper steel plates. This means the upper steel plate now is cooled continuously and draws the heat out of the chocolate that is extruded. Looking down inside the syringe holder, here is the small heating element that I have built using the special thermal fabric that I bought. This warms up to about 60 degrees and keeps the end of the syringe warm whilst it is extruding. The feed rate for the printer has been turned right down, and this reduces the speed at which the nozzle moves over the build plate. The other parameter that has been changed is the height of each layer. At the end of each loop here, the z-axis increments by only a fraction of a millimetre. I may have got this set a little too small though, and I need to experiment so that subsequent layers are built up at the right height, so we get the idea of build up layer upon layer. One of the things that was suggested to me that I try was to reduce the size of the nozzle. I've tried this process earlier today with a 0.75mm nozzle that we usually use for printing PLA filament. The chocolate just would not pass through this at all, no matter how much pressure I put on the head. So it's back to the 1.5mm nozzle for this experiment. Two final new features to bring to your attention. Firstly, those wires that you can see on the bottom of the screen are from a thermistor, which is probing the temperature of the metal upper plate. We can see how warm that's getting, and the idea is to keep that about 20 to 21 degrees C. The final feature are the white corner pieces holding the metal build plate in position. These have neodymium magnets built into them to hold that build plate down and in position, and it also helps clamp down the acetate sheet. The acetate means that the chocolate print can be lifted off the build plate and gently peeled off without cracking it.